Hello, everyone, and welcome to the beautiful Janine. I've got Janine at Timeless Talks with me today. She is the face behind Transformed by Janine, a styling-based company, as well as Style to Rise. She is now officially a podcaster as well. Welcome to Timeless Talks, Janine.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to share my knowledge with you this morning.
I'm very excited to have you here. And for those, I don't think anyone knows this because our our path goes back quite
Quite a
far
long
back. It goes
time.
back like what is the this
I
is
think
like
2011,
16, 16,
14 years ago, we started.
14 years
No,
ago.
it was with the World Cup. 15 years ago.
So
20.
2010.
Yes, yes.
So yes, our journey started from there. Both of us actually trained and flew as flight attendants for a South African airline company together.
Yeah, it
And
feels
that's
like a
where we
different
met.
lifestyle.
I know. And now we are married and have kids. How crazy is that?
Crazy.
But I remember, I must say, the first thing I noticed with you when I met you at the during our course was that how super stylish you were already those years. Like I think I still told you the one day, like, please just like fix me up. And you would always travel and come back with suitcases full of clothes. And that's where your little passion project started. So tell me a little bit about yourself. Share where did your love for fashion start, and yes, your whole journey.
So, Yolette, it started way back when I was still a little girl. I remember I just loved fashion. I always imagined myself having my own fashion magazine. I had like a lot of books at home, scrapbooks where I planned my magazine with fashion. So it comes from being a little girl. So, yeah, I've always loved fashion.
Yes, no, we can see that obviously. And tell me, I was lucky enough to be put under your little Transformed by Janine spell a few years ago. I think I just had my second Zoe. I
Yes,
just gave birth to Zoe, I think. And I
yes,
think
it
I
was,
was in this major, it was what, 5 years ago,
yeah,
four
it's
years
been a
ago.
while. Probably four.
And I remember, yes, being in this low after being a mom. I mean, you just don't feel like yourself anymore. And I knocked on your door and I was like, listen here, Janine, I need help. I need to it's time for a complete makeover. And what you did was magic. I mean, if it wasn't for you, I would not be rocking this red lip right now.
I'm glad to hear you look beautiful.
Thank you. So tell me, share your heart behind Style to Rise, which is your podcast, and what inspired you to start this journey.
Okay, so I think it started a very long time ago when I myself struggled with self-worth and this little voice that all of us has in our head that I'm not good enough and I will never be able to do this or that because it's not in me or yeah, that voice telling you you're not good enough. And then I went to this big workshop, a 5-day workshop, where we did a lot of work on what is your why. And then I realized my passion is definitely working with women and helping women to empower themselves to go out and live their dreams and go and make a difference in the world. So I asked myself, but if I don't feel good enough, how am I going to help other women? So I did a lot of inner work and I realized, yeah, I want to change women by helping them feeling better in the way they dress and in the way they look. So that is where I started. And my big thing is not just to change a woman in how she looks by the clothes she's wearing, but also to take it inwards. And yeah, that is where everything started.
And that's one of the reasons I reached out to you was to share how hand in hand outer appearance works with inner emotions and
Absolutely.
feelings.
Mm.
So tell me, in your opinion, what does style with purpose mean to you personally?
Okay, so style with purpose is definitely to be intentional. So when you get up in the mornings, you want to be intentional. I always advise my clients, what is your brand? All of us has a brand. And what is it that you represent? I encourage my
That's
clients to go and
interesting.
I encourage them to go and think of three words and dress accordingly. So for me, it's definitely I want to be stylish, I want to be confident, and I want to be successful. So each morning when I get dressed with those three words in mind. Is it
Ah,
is it telling the world more about my brand? Even if you think of the most stylish women in the world, Anne Wintour, and then Bing, all of them has a signature look, and that portrays their brand. So
yes.
yeah, that is how I want to help others to get dressed. I want them to be intentional.
Oh, okay. So, because you know what, I'm at that point now, and I actually did a solo episode about this where I've been a Pilates instructor for 11, almost 12 years now. So my brand has automatically defaulted to fitness.
Yes.
And oh my God, I'm tired of feeling like this fitness instructor. I miss dressing up a bit. I miss putting on makeup. I just miss feeling like I haven't just come from gym every single day. And
Mm,
so now I am very mindfully making an effort to change out of my clothes first thing after coming home from teaching to feel a little bit more like myself and a little bit more pretty. And it's so funny. I started doing it about 2 weeks ago. And the first day I did it, Cedric, my husband, he walked into the house like, why do you look so smart? And I was like, oh, he's so used to seeing me in exercise clothes
yes.
nonstop every day. Just making that small change during the week, he was like, oh, this is strange. My wife looks like a normal dressed up person now. And it's so true. But I like that idea of the three words. And
Mm,
correct me if I'm wrong, but having those three words in mind, it makes your your process of choosing what to wear a little bit easier instead of going in front of your
definitely.
cupboard going, what the hell do I wear today?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it definitely makes a big difference because, like I said, you're intentional. And normally, when I deal with clients, we've done it with you as well. We did the style personality test. So
Yes,
that also determines what's your style personality, and not just to go to the shops and buy whatever is in fashion, or if you see an influencer wearing something to go out and buy that style, but to think, okay, does this suit my style personality? If not, don't buy it. So it also
yes.
helps you to know what your style personality is, and that also helps you when planning your wardrobe
And you don't end up with a cupboard full of clothes that you never wear.
that you
I must
never
say,
wear.
I've gone off track. Yes, I've gone off track with that whole dress according to your style personality. I've noticed, I don't know about you in being in the industry, us as women, we tend to feel guilty when we want to look good. Why do you think taking care of our outer appearance is actually a form of self respect and self investment?
Because you are going to live with yourself for the rest of your life. So, why don't you want to feel good? Why don't you take time to look after your health by being active and moving your body? I'm not saying you have to go and run a marathon, but you can just get up in the morning and move, do some stretches, be mindful, and then also to notice what are you thinking? What's the words you are speaking over yourself? How are you speaking to yourself? I promise you, the way we speak to ourselves, we will never speak to our best friends or even our enemies.
Yes.
So, why do we talk like that? So, it all is about, like you said, self respect and respecting yourself to dress better and to dress respectfully.
Yes, that's very true. And I I heard someone say the other day, now I don't remember if she said fashion or styling but fashion is wellness. And that is
Yes.
so true. Like, if you dress better, you feel better. And if you feel better, it's an instant, like a boost to your system. So it's everything gets pumped up, endorphins, everything. It's you feel confident, you feel like you can take over and conquer the world. And it just something popped into my head now, and I was like wearing the red lip. Did you see that new trend where they say how if you wear red nails, it will boost your success rate?
I haven't seen it, Jolette, but there's actually a study that shown in World War II, I think it was in World War II, where they gave women red lipstick after the war when everyone was depressed, and how it
Really?
immediately was a mood booster. I'm not exactly sure about the story, but I remember reading it somewhere. Like, I think actually that is where that was the origin of red lipstick, to get the women to feel a little bit better, just to put on a red lip. So it makes a huge difference. I also always refer back to a circle that I use, where at the top it's confidence, then your appearance, and then the inner voice. So everything works hand in hand. Let's say you talk nicely about yourself. Eventually you start believing it, and it boosts your self-confidence. And when you've got a good
Mm.
self-confidence, or when you've got a good image or self-image or
Yes.
self-confidence, it's immediately goes over to the way you dress. So if you feel confident, you want to dress better. The same rule applies when you dress good. Immediately you start thinking better thoughts of yourself, and that goes to confidence. So the circle complements each other. You
Okay.
can go clockwise or anti-clockwise. The three things always goes hand in hand.
I love that. It's like a snowball effect, and it makes so much sense.
Yes.
That's so true. But that's why it's so important for us as women. Like, um, we like self-talk. It plays such a massive role in how we carry ourselves, like you said, with
Mm.
that circle now. So tell me, how do you encourage women to dress for who they are becoming and not who they've been? Because that's a big one. That little hurdle that you have to jump over.
Okay. So I think here is a little mind game that you have to play with yourself. You shouldn't think, who am I becoming? Because with that thought, you immediately go into you are separate from that person. So you think you're not
Okay.
there yet. So what I do is I dress as I see myself as successful already, or I see myself as that future Janine already, and I dress accordingly. It also puts me in that frequency, in that energy. So I don't feel separate from her. I don't feel separate from
Okay.
future Janine. I feel part of her. So my trick for my clients, and that I want to share with the audience today, is show up as that future self already. Show up as
Okay.
that woman in her dream career, in her dream job, in her dream whatever. And I promise you that is going to make such a big difference.
Like I am not. I did another solo the other day about trends going on. Now that you mention
Yes.
that, and I mean, there's some trends that's a major miss, but some of these things I love, like the red nail theory or the red lip theory that I told. And
Yeah.
then there's another one where they say, uh, someone did a trial. They wore, it was a man. He wore a suit, like a. It wasn't an expensive suit. He just dressed up in a suit for 30 days, and he says the difference he saw in how
Wow.
people treated him was incredible. They treated him like he was as the successful person.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
see.
almost like, yes, like dress for who you want to be.
And people, unfortunately, but it is the way it is, people treat you, the first impressions, there's actually a study done, in the first 7 seconds, 53% um, is all about the visuals, how you look, and only 7% of what you actually said. So if you start showing up differently in the way you dress, immediately people are going to start treating you differently. That
Okay.
is just the way psychology works.
It's very scary to think that, like, I'm a firm believer in don't judge a book by its cover, which is like the opposite of this, I guess. But it's very true. It's like our internal little, that little um, demon, I want to almost say, inside our head, that we instantly go into judging someone according to how they
Yes.
look when we meet them for the
Yeah.
first time.
Yeah. So what
And
is your book's cover? How does your book's cover look like? Because that tells the inner
why?
story. I'm just saying out yeah. So always think of that. If you dress yourself in the morning, see it as your book's cover because you are the book's cover. Inside is your story.
Yes. Oh my word, now I want to go design my own book cover and see how it's going to look. We can start a new trend with what's your book cover look like?
We can start a
That's,
movement.
yeah, start a movement. So have you seen an inner change with, you've worked with so many clients now with your business transformed by Janine. And I'm pretty sure the changes you see with women when they make that outer shift, the
Mm.
inside, what's some of the incredible changes you've seen coming through from the inside?
Yeah, so it actually happens every single time. And I'm going back to the circle now. When you start seeing yourself differently in the mirror, you start thinking different thoughts about yourself, and that immediately boosts your self-confidence. So it really goes hand in hand. And the big thing, or the thing that excites me about everything and about seeing the changes, immediately after they feel better about themselves, they go start chasing their dreams. You will see clients, sometimes they will put themselves out there on social media with a new venture. And it doesn't have to be on social media. I've even seen clients entering a 42, a marathon, because they've got this new belief that they can actually go and achieve something like that.
Do
So
anything.
that yes. So that really excites me, and that is why I just love what I'm doing.
And you must feel like such a proud mother hen when you see those things happening.
Yeah, I would rather say I feel like a sister, like a big sister.
I could just compare you to a chicken. You feel like a chicken. Well, not really very flattering in this topic of styling. So tell me, do you believe feeling good outside to feel good inside is a real thing then?
Yes, absolutely, 100%. And I don't
Okay.
care about people saying it's egocentric or it's yeah, whatever they say,
Yes.
because I've seen the changes. I've seen it in myself. It's all just about what we said at the beginning. It's all about that self-respect. And I'm not saying you have to wear the latest trends and you have to have a
Yes.
wardrobe full of clothes. It's just about showing up clean, neat, blowing your hair, putting on some lips, or yeah, just present yourself better. And remember, less is more.
Yes, true, 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 true. So tell me, and I know in the styling world hemisphere, there's two different types of stylists. Maybe there's more, but what I've seen on social media, because I'm not really a trend follower. So you get the people that are big on wear according to your, what's it, your, what do you call it, spring, autumn, your
Yes, your color
color for
flow.
your,
Yes.
yes. And then you get the stylists that are like, throw that in the trash. It's a load of crap. Now, I'm like on the fence with those two things because I've seen the difference it makes when you do wear the right tones for you.
Yeah.
But I also believe in wearing what makes you feel good on the
Yeah.
inside. So what's your thoughts on that?
Okay, so um, I do love the color theory, and I think it
Yeah.
makes such a big difference because 90% of the time when you get a compliment, it's because you are wearing the right color. It's like getting an instant Botox. I even know with myself, when I wear the right color, I just feel radiant, my skin glows up, and yeah, it's an immediate confidence booster. So, color really does play a big role. And then by saying that, color has also a lot of psychology towards it. If I work with teachers, I love using this example. So if you are a kindergarten or a primary teacher, you want to be approachable with young children. So you're not going to wear red and
Yes.
black. They are going to be scared of you, and you're not going to wear heels. You are going to wear pastel colors. You want to be approachable and lovable. I normally have pictures that I show the people of what is your first impressions of this lady. And normally everyone tends to go to the lady in a floral, flowy dress or the pastel cardigan and flat shoes because
Okay.
that's soft and that's feminine.
Yes.
Whereas if you are a teacher in the high school, you want authority. You want the high school boys to be scared of you. So you
Yes.
you can play with color. You can wear purple or red because that's colors of power and authority and black. So color does have psychology to it. Even if you're going through a difficult time or if someone lost someone, you will see normally they will wear black because
Yes.
it's dead, it's mourning. So I do think it does play a big role, but with saying that, also see what your style personality is. If you hate flowers and you hate pastels, you're not going to be able to
Yes.
wear those colors because you're not going to feel yourself. So rather go for different prints or colors that you feel good in, like you said, but subconsciously you know what colors work for you because you
Yes.
will get compliments in it.
That's very true. I must say, I think when I met you, I was very big in my floral era, and
Yeah.
I think I'm all floraled out right now. So I'm stuck with a cupboard full of floral dresses, and I'm like, no, what do I do now? It's terrible. So both of us have kids. We've got our own businesses. Life is hectic. It's crazy. And you always look like you're ready to tackle one of the biggest Fortune 500 companies with in your appearance. Tell me, what small and simple ways for moms, for busy women, can instantly elevate how they look without, firstly, because I know a big thing to people is like, oh yes, to get a stylist, I have to like change my whole wardrobe. So without breaking the
Mm.
bank, and time, that's like time, um, time precious. Because we don't have a lot of time. I don't have an hour
No.
every morning
No.
to get dressed and make myself look presentable and successful. Any tips that you can give us?
Okay, so first of all, less is more. So instead of putting on a lot of accessories and trying to make a statement, rather go back to basics. So things that I can't go without is I love a creamy blush because I can put it on my lips, I can put it on my cheeks and on my eyes, and immediately it gives me that glowy effect. Then a good foundation. I won't go outside without foundation. Some people are lucky enough to have beautiful skin that can go outside without foundation. So I swear by these two, foundation and a cream blush. And then a good fit denim where you feel beautiful in, not what the latest trend is, a denim that suits
Yes.
you, and a great white t-shirt. So I think with that, it's so minimalistic, but with that, you can go so far because you can dress it up, you can dress it down with sneakers, you can put stacking necklaces on, you can do statement earrings, you can put your hair up, you can put your hair down. There's endless ways to style a jean and a white t-shirt. And then remember,
Yes.
the best white for you is the white closest to your teeth and the white in your eye.
Really?
Yes.
I did
So
not
if
know that trick.
if if you haven't done a color like a color thing with me, which we did, where I showed you which white, and you're
Yes.
unsure, should I go for crisp white, off white, creamy white? Look at the color of your teeth and the white in your eye.
Because I remember you gave me in my capsule, wardrobe capsule, a white t-shirt or a white shirt. And I completely forgot about the that it needs to be as close to the color of your teeth or the white of your eyes. That's such
Yes.
a helpful tip.
Yes.
So now that's how to choose the perfect white tee.
Yes.
A lot of people, me included, have been petrified of wearing bold lips because I was always worried that it will make my teeth, because I'm not blessed with the most white teeth, but I was always worried that it will make my teeth look even more yellow.
More yellow.
How do you choose the right color lip then?
So the first tip is if your teeth looks yellow, you know it's the wrong color. So that's the best way to check.
Okay,
But
good.
if you are cool, I am cool. I will rather go for a pinkish shade with a pink undertone or a blue undertone because that is more cool. But if you are more to the warm side, you can go for oranges or something with an orange or yellow undertone, which is
Okay.
more warm. And if you're not sure, go for a watermelon red. That suits everyone.
I think that's the color I have on. I think so,
Yeah,
because I
so
got
it's
this from, I forgot the brand that it's from. MAC. MAC. The lady at MAC
okay.
chose it for me.
Okay, yeah. So watermelon red is the best option for everyone if you're not sure what to wear,
Okay.
even on your nails.
That's a good tip. That's a very good tip. And again, you've worked with so many women, me included. What's one of the styling mistakes you see often, and how can we fix it?
Sure. Firstly, overspending and having too many clothes and too many bold, different clothes in your wardrobe. If I go and stand in front of someone's wardrobe, normally what I see is a repetitive pattern throughout, and nothing really goes together. So that is why you always feel like you've got nothing to wear and you are tired of your clothes. You want your clothes to go together. You want, if you buy a blouse, you want it to go with at least four other different other clothing items in your wardrobe. If you
Okay.
buy a jacket, you want it to go with at least everything in your wardrobe. You don't want the jacket just to fit with one outfit. And the same with dresses. You can have a statement dress like what I'm wearing today, um, but I won't wear this dress every day. If I do something
Yes.
special or do like an interview like today, I will put it on.
Mm,
So you can have those items in your wardrobe, but try to keep it to a minimum. Um, yeah,
okay.
so that is like a common mistake that everyone does.
I love that because it gives you versatility and you can mix and match and move around.
Yes,
And
so you might
I
think
am
it's
now.
boring.
No, I don't think it's boring because, like, coming from me now, I am that one. When you look at my cupboard, you will see you will see the habits. It's floral, 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 but nothing
And
goes together. And
duplication.
yes,
Yeah,
same cut, same
duplication.
style. And now only I'm slowly starting to buy for that in mind that I am, and it took me what 4 years ago I saw you. Now only it's like clicked in my brain, like you let's buy so that you get more from it and not just once or
Yeah,
twice.
yeah,
But it takes time.
it does
And
take
what
time.
advice? What advice do you give to women who lost themselves? And that was me a few years ago, and don't know where to start when it comes to style or confidence again.
That is such an, I don't want to say a difficult question, but it is so different to each one of us. For some, they can easily get out of a phase and yeah, find themselves again. And for others, it really takes longer. So, firstly, get off of social media and stop
Yes.
comparing yourself with different women out there and start focusing on yourself and the inner work. I've read a lot of books, and that is how I found myself again, self-help books. So I would return back to myself and start focusing on what do you love? What is it that makes you passionate? And then to focus on that. Maybe it is to be in the kitchen to cook. Maybe it is to go and
Mm.
run. For me, it was running. So I've entered
Okay.
my first 10K after having children. And that gave me purpose and it motivated me to keep moving. But yeah, start focusing on what is it that you enjoy and start doing that. Because with that process, you will find yourself again.
Yes, it's true. And I mean, one of my things I also say to people or my clients is for me, it's starting with movement. When I start
Mm,
losing myself, I know the first thing that I look at or focus on is, have I been moving according to what makes me mentally, physically, and emotionally happy? And a lot of the
yes.
times it's a no. So then you just start making those switches and instantly it helps you. But
Mm,
definitely as well, dressing up and putting on some makeup is a big help
yes.
as well.
Yes, it is.
So it is. Tell me, what's your non-negotiables for staying grounded, emotionally, physically, spiritually, while working in a visual? Because you are
Okay.
really in the spotlight and everyone's always looking at you, what you're wearing, what you're saying in this style-based industry.
So definitely movement, like we said, and then
Mm.
getting up when everyone else is sleeping, just to visualize my day and to I know it's really not that easy, and I really can testify that the days that I don't do that, my day is dear mekaar and I easily get irritated. But when I get up in the morning, and even if it's just 10 minutes, I just have 10 minutes to ground myself, to breathe, to visualize the day, and to have gratitude for everything. Then I don't feel like I need to go and accomplish the next big thing. I
Mm.
am grateful for what I've got. And yeah, then you are in the flow of life and things come, yeah, things are just much easier. Um,
Yes.
instead of trying to control everything.
Yeah. Waking up earlier. Well, does that mean your kids sleep until a certain time in the mornings that you can actually plan that? Because mine do not sleep until a certain time.
No, I think when they get bigger, now only
Yes.
start the little one will start waking up at around 6. But like this morning, I got up at 4 because I
Ooh,
wanted to
my
prepare for this
goodness, Janine.
podcast without anyone bothering me. But it's not all mornings. Some mornings I will wake up 15 minutes before the rest wakes up, and then I will do
Okay.
just some breath work and visualization. I love visualizing. Um, that excites me, so I love doing that in the mornings. Yeah.
I wish I can do visualization because I really struggle to do that. It's the same with meditation. I struggle, and I know everyone says practice makes perfect. Any tips?
I think don't go with an expectation. Just and don't
Okay.
And don't think, okay, tomorrow morning I'm going to meditate for 10 minutes. The biggest thing is just to wake up. Set your alarm. Maybe you don't meditate, maybe you just get up and get coffee. So
Live and
just
love.
start with just start with the small steps. And then meditating, I think everyone's got this thing about it that it's difficult and that you are going to get life-changing realizations. But
Yes.
It's actually just being aware of all your thoughts because you can't stop thinking. You are always going to have those thoughts, but with meditating, you can just observe them and realize you are not those thoughts. It's only thoughts. You are only the observer of them. So, yeah.
That's so true. And unfortunately, I think society and social media has planted this little seed of expectations when it comes to meditation or
Mm.
fitness or wellness into our brains. And
Yeah.
I actually listened to a podcast the other day where they said that we live in a world where we compare constantly to everything we see online.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, there's very few influencers out there that share the true 100% of their lives.
Mm.
And it's true that we only see people's highlight reels.
Yes,
We only
exactly.
see their good. And
Yeah.
and that was like I was like, oh wow, that's very true because I'm like that. And like you said, when you are low, first thing you do is step away from social media.
Mm. Even for
It is
myself.
such a
Mm.
Debbie Downer sometimes. Sorry to the Debbies out there, but
It
it's
is. Yeah. No,
it's
I've
terrible.
experienced it myself. So when I get my lows, all of us do, I just step aside and I will rather, if I, sometimes you really don't even want to read a feel-good book. So then I will go and
No.
watch serial killer series instead of being on Instagram. Because it just take your thoughts away from what's happening around you. And I'm not saying go and watch, but that is what I do, because it
Yes.
distracts me a bit. And yeah, so see what works for you. And also, another important thing is be intentional of who you follow. There's so many opinions out
Yes.
there. And remember, at the end of the day, it's only opinions. You have to find your own truth. And whichever religion you are, I'm a Christian, but still, there's Christians out there with a different opinion than
Yes.
mine. So go and find your stillness with God and find your own truth. Don't take someone else's truth for
Yes.
your truth.
I know. And that's a bit like I actually said that the other day to someone. I was like, I really, really hope that by the time our kids are older in their late teens now, that this craze and hype over social media has almost died down. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's
Right.
my wish and my dream because I do not look forward to my kids like growing up in a society with where people who don't have their best interests at heart or don't
Mm,
even know them have a
mm,
say on how they look or how they
yeah,
should be and how they
yeah.
act.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I'm saying social media can play such a big role for the good, but you
Mm.
have to be intentional. Who do you follow? Who do you take advice from? And what books do you read? And remember, we become, um, what's the saying? There's a saying, jy word soos waarmee jy jouself omring.
You you are who you become who you surround yourself
Yeah,
with, I think.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And that is why they say who's the five most influential people in your life because you will become or you will become like them. And exactly the same rule applies for social media. So are you watching uplifting things or are you watching news the whole time or what are you consuming? And also try consuming less. Um,
I
yeah,
must say I get
that's my
those.
two
I,
cents.
I think all the phones now, Samsung and or Apple and Android, give you your weekly like a check-in. Like
Screen, yes. Yeah, your
what
screen
was your
time.
time your screen time? And my challenge every week is to try and beat the previous one by
That's
bringing it
good.
down.
That's
Even if
good.
it's just with 5 minutes. Look,
Yeah.
I'm a big, for me, you watch serial killer things. I run away and I play a Sudoku on my
What do you
phone
do?
and like a Tetris.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's also good because it
Yes, so
also
I play
takes the
Sudoku and
focus
Tetris.
off. Okay.
Yes, and so that time has not been able to go down, but hey, at least the Instagram has gone down, and I'm very happy with that.
Yeah, that's good because that
Tell
is
me.
where the comparison happens. Yes.
Yes. So you've already said that good foundation, uh, a cream blush, good jeans, and white tee is your go-to that you
Go
want
to.
everyone to own,
Yes.
if possible. Shoes. I used to be a big fan of shoes, like a big love for shoes. And I lost that as well, and I'm so sad. Um, what's like a shoe that you cannot live without?
Sneakers. I don't even have to think of
And that's
about the question. So I've got a cupboard full of sneakers. I live in them. I swear by them. In the summer it's a bit difficult, but even today I've got
yes,
sneakers on with my dress. I think because that's the time where I'm currently in. I'm running around after children. I
yes.
want to be comfortable. I don't want shoes to annoy me. And yeah, but other than that, if I have like workshops or where I present, I will obviously wear a
Yes.
nice shoe, and I will always go for a leather shoe. Yeah, because that's comfortable,
Okay.
and yeah, it's just elegant and classic, and yeah, so that is my two go-to shoes, real leather and sneakers.
Yes, and I know I love a white sneaker as well. It's so versatile.
I know.
And I must say, I always have a leather pump in my cupboard, like a
Okay, yeah, you
beigey,
see. Yeah,
creamy
because that
color,
also
because
goes
to
with,
me, it goes with everything.
yes, definitely.
If you could have, because you're an early riser, so I assume you love sunrises.
Yes, I do.
Who is a style icon, now dead or alive, that you would love to go on a morning stroll with in the middle of the Karoo? Because I know you guys have a place in nature. Who will that be?
Okay, I've got two. So Anine Bing, I just love her approach to business and the empire that she built. So I would love to go on a stroll with her. And then someone that I also love is Minky van der Westhuizen. I love her style. I love the way she puts things together. So those are definitely my two.
Oh, I love that. And what's one question you'd ask?
I would ask them.
Yes.
Um, okay, I think. I think I will ask them because I am very intrigued by what people think. And I will ask them what is the
Yes.
majority thought. Like, obviously, they are where they are because of a belief
Yes.
that they have, that they are good enough or that they are there to make a difference in the world. Or I would like to know what is their thought process every day.
I love that. And then this question I ask all my guests. What's your three timeless tips that you want to give to everyone listening?
Okay, less is more, like I said many times.
Yes.
Um, My timeless tips. Okay, good quality leather, a leather shoe, a leather handbag. You don't have to have a lot. You can have a few. And then yeah, what will I say is my last one? I think also to buy intentional, and by buying intentional to buy 100% cotton, 100% linen, to steer
Okay.
away from fast fashion and to steer away from plastics and synthetic things. Yeah, I think
Yes.
with those three you will get a long way, and it will put you in that elegant classic, um
Yes.
what would you
Timeless.
say? Timeless place, yes.
Aw. thank you so much for your time and for sharing all your beautiful knowledge and for all your styling how-tos on social media. You are one of the accounts I love to follow because I am the one that's always your before picture usually, and my mission is to turn into the after you've gave it a little bit of you've jazzed
Zoosh.
it up a bit. Yeah, zooshed it up a bit. So thank you so much for all your just thank you for sharing all your beauty and kindness and yeah, just I'm excited to see where you go and yes, please don't ever change.
I won't. And thank you for having me. It is such a big privilege to be part of this with you as well. And well done for you as well. I'm so, so, so proud of you.
Well, thank you.